name is Punishment and Reward of Kali. So far we have seen Parikshit Maharaj when he sees Dharma, who is there on one leg. One leg represents truthfulness. So it does not mean that currently truthfulness is there, but still uh, there is somewhat relevance of truthfulness even current time, right? People don't get surprised for the other three regions, right? Other three regions means austerity, cleanliness, and mercy. So people don't mind if somebody is eating non-veg, or if they are not taking bath for a month, right? Or not doing any austerity. People don't get surprised if you do austerity. Actually, it is ulta. People get surprised if you are doing austerity. If someone is going to the temple, right? Then the friends ask, "Is everything all right?" Okay. If someone, I'm sure a few of us at least would have experienced when we are chanting with the beat bag, then if you go outside and then someone asks, "Oh, some fracture has happened or something," right? And then we explain them, no, it's it's not fracture. Fracture has fracture was happened. Okay, now we are trying to recover from there. Okay, so fracture of consciousness basically. That is the like the plaster to recover from the fracture of the consciousness. Yeah. So one way they are right. Okay. Uh, okay. And then we begin with today's verse where Mother Earth, right? She is crying, and then the further conversation with the Parikshit Maharaj will happen. So I need some devotees who can please help in reading the verse and the part. May I request some Prabhuji or Mataji to please?
Yes, Prabhuji. Shall I start? 27, right?
27th Mataji, yes.
Hare Krishna, pranams, Prabhuji. Text 27. So chati ashrukala sadhvi durbagevo jithita shati abbrahmanya nripa vyajah shudra bhokshyanti mamiti. Translation by Srimad Prabhupada ki jai. Now she, the chaste one, being unfortunately forsaken by the personality of Godhead, laments her future with tears in her eyes, for now she is being ruled and enjoyed by lower class men who pose as rulers. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. Yes. Next, Momita Mataji, can you please read the part?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Kshatriya, or the man who is qualified to protect the sufferers, is meant to rule the state. Untrained lower class men or men without ambition to protect the sufferers cannot be placed on the seat of an administrator. Unfortunately, in the age of Kali, the lower class men without training occupy the post of a ruler by strength of popular votes, and instead of protecting the sufferers, such men create a situation quite intolerable for everyone. Such rulers illegally gratify themselves at the cost of all comforts of the citizens, and thus the chaste Mother Earth cries to see the pitiable condition of her sons, both men and animals. That is the future of the world in the age of Kali, when religiosity prevails most prominently, and in the absence of suitable king, suitable king to curb irreligious tendency, educating the people systematically in the teaching of Srimad Bhagavatam will clear up the hazy atmosphere of corruption, bribery, blackmail, etc. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Yes. So here the situation of Mother Earth has been mentioned. Okay, and here when religion, right, dharma, when he was in the form of the bull, and now Mother Earth in the form of the cow, when they have been questioned repetitively by Parikshit Maharaj, who has done your this situation, and I will not leave that person, whichever part of the universe that person is. So today we are going to learn with these verses something very interesting. Same Mother Earth and the bull, who are who are completely silent. They are when they are asked who has done your this situation, they are not telling. Okay, and then Parikshit Maharaj understands that no one else other than the religion personified himself, no one else can say these statements. So, the same Mother Earth at the time of Prithu Maharaj in fourth canto, there during the time of Dhruva, Dhruva was great devotee of the Lord. His son was Anga, and Anga's son was Vena. And when Vena, he was not at all pious, and he was misusing the power that was given to him. And due to that, Mother Earth had stopped producing the food. Okay. Now, Prithu Maharaj is ready to kill Mother Earth. Okay. Asking why is she not doing her duty of producing the enough grains. People don't have grains and they will die. And as the responsibility of the king, it is his duty to make sure that everyone is sufficiently having enough things to survive, and then practice the varnashrama and follow the religious principle, and then deliver themselves. We are going to connect that Prithu Maharaj's example with here. There, Mother Earth tells that you are also on the earth, and if you kill me, where will you and everybody will survive, right? It is something like we are on a tree on a branch, and then if we cut the branch where we are standing, then we will also fall down. So like this, Mother Earth tries to warn Prithu Maharaj, and then Prithu Maharaj says, "You don't worry. I'll make sure everyone on the earth can withstand on me. Okay, I will keep them holding." Okay, so and then when she realizes that Prithu Maharaj is not an ordinary person, then she tells that you are the you are the same Lord who had saved me from Hiranyaksh, and you had to hold me on your tusk, and now you saved me, right? Dhara dharo. There is one verse, then one word comes. You saved me. Dhara means Mother Earth. Dharo means you held me on your tusk. So now how you can kill me? You protected me once. So then finally she puts a lot of reasons why why Prithu Maharaj should not kill her. So I had asked this question that there is a close link, okay, and we are going to get something very important learning here. So I had asked this question into that class of Prithu Maharaj and Mother Earth, that why did Mother Earth not say anything when she was tortured by Kali, and when Parikshit Maharaj was asking? That time she was silent. Okay? But at the time of Prithu Maharaj, Mother Earth is telling all the reasons. First, she is telling you cannot kill me because everybody else will fall down. And then she is again telling more reasons. You saved me, and you should not kill me now. So why is Mother Earth giving so much reasons to save herself with Prithu Maharaj, but nothing in front of Parikshit Maharaj? And the answer that Prabhuji gave was because at the time of Parikshit Maharaj, the Kali Yuga was approaching. Okay, when Prithu Maharaj's time, it was Satya Yuga. She knew that Lord Rama is going to come, and then Krishna is going to come, and uh, so many pious people are there. So it directly connects with the wonderful statement of Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada that this place is not for the gentlemen. Okay. When Kali Yuga is approaching, Mother Earth is showing no interest. Okay. Uh, to safeguard herself because it's Kali Yuga anyway. So one important takeaway for us here, as we discussed, is we should not spend our energy in making the things better around us. Okay, because this is Kali Yuga. His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrit Swami Maharaj also tells that we must help ourselves. Okay, first focus on our sadhana, and then if we have some time, then use it for preaching. Okay, there are two types of devotee, right? Bhajananandi and Goshthanandi. Bhajananandi is one who is always absorbed in his own sadhana, chanting and following the instructions of the spiritual master. And then if someone approaches him, yeah, then he can preach. But the Goshthanandi is one who is traveling all the times and trying to make as much people devotee as possible. And then His Holiness Radharan Swami Maharaj says, I like that Bhajananandi who also preaches. Means we should have best of both. We should spend our energy in preaching and we should spend our energy in sadhana. But sadhana comes first. Okay. So, yes. So, what are the learnings from here? That we should just wind up our business, whomever we can preach. Okay. With best of our capability. We preach so that we remain Krishna conscious. We don't preach because uh, we genuinely want to do something for others. When we have not done something genuinely good for us, how do we get that consciousness to help others? Right? So it's a little deeper statement because if we really want to help others, we need to first make ourselves a nice devotee. And when we are absorbed into Krishna consciousness, then whatever is there inside, that will come outside. So if we try to understand the relation between these two, because I want to do preaching nicely, so I should do my sadhana. Maybe because if I do my sadhana nicely, it will please Srila Prabhupada more. And then with their mercy, when I try to approach more people, more souls, trying to carry their message, the penetration of their message, not my message, penetration of their message will go deeper into the heart of the souls whom I'm preaching. This is one angle, right? And then secondly, I preach more and more devotees so that maybe because I don't have um, uh, uh, any bhava, any mood to serve the Lord genuinely, maybe when I preach, then someone who follow nicely through their mercy, I also improve my sadhana. Right? So we are doing both. In one, we are giving focus to one. Second, we are giving focus to second. One thing which is common is the humility and the mood to progress and the mood to serve Srila Prabhupada. Right? So, and then nicely Srila Prabhupada mentions at the end, what? That in the absence of a suitable king to curb irreligious tendencies, educating people systematically in the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam will clear up the hazy atmosphere of corruption, bribery, blackmail, etc. There is no other way. I met one person who is very nicely trying to serve the society, and yesterday only, and then we were discussing that by yourself, how many souls we can reach, and how many we reach. What is the guarantee that how far we can go deeper and then make them convinced to be firm in the bhakti, right? It is possible only when we keep Krishna into center. If we, I mean, he was a nice person, okay, but he wanted to do the things in his own way, and then I'll chant 1 round or 2 rounds. Okay, started 2 rounds of chanting since last week. So, uh, what I was trying to communicate is like, if you really want to do good for others, first improve your own sadhana. In Namastakam, Rupa Goswami mentions that, oh Lord, if you want me to spread your name nicely, then please allow me to taste your holy name first, so that then I know the taste of this, and then I can spread it more. Okay, so the mood is common, and humility, and the mood to serve the Srila Prabhupada and spiritual master is next. Otherwise, no other social arrangement can help the society to be peaceful. Everyone want to set up the peace, but their own way. And if everyone wants to set up the peace in his own way, then there cannot be any peace. Peace means allow other to do it. But if everyone wants to do it in own his or her own way, there cannot be any peace. Then it is just the showcase, just the drama of setting the peace. Everyone wants to satisfy his own ego by bringing himself in the front. And the beauty of Krishna consciousness is, uh, here also we can do the sense gratification. And how do we do that? Uh, because I don't want to follow Srila Prabhupada. I don't want to follow the spiritual master, but I want to preach. Okay, then this is nothing but sort of the sense gratification within Krishna consciousness. When Krishna can allow even the atheist not to accept the existence of the Lord itself, who is giving this much intelligence? Sarvasya chaham hiti sannivisto, right? He only allows, he only reminds them and make them forget. So when Krishna can allow them to forget the Lord so much so that he is the speech, he is the mind, he is the intelligence, and he is the words, and he is the tongue. And then using that everything of Krishna, what they are doing? There is no Lord. I don't accept. Right? If Krishna can allow that level of tolerance, then why will Krishna not allow some sense gratification to those who are actually trying to do somewhat bhakti? Okay. So we need to be, why are we discussing all these things? Because the rules and regulations are always for us. Okay. We are into this special, most rare movement, and we have come so far, and we need to take it even more seriously now. The responsibility of spreading Srila Prabhupada's message is on us. No, wrong. Is on me. So that I take it seriously. Okay, it is our individual responsibility. So, and Bhagavatam will do everything. When Srila Prabhupada was asked, Prabhupada, you are going to US, and Prabhupada said, no, Bhagavatam is going, and I'm going with Srimad Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam has the potency, and Prabhupada is going to preach us, right? Prabhupada says, I preach everyone privately in the public forum. I guess we discussed it one of the last few weeks. Prabhupada has unique relation with each one of us. Okay, so though yes, it is a public forum, and we are 16 devotees here, and then but Prabhupada is preaching each one of us privately in this public forum. That is the potency of Srila Prabhupada. Yes. Next, Archana Mataji, can you please read 28th verse?
Hare Krishna. Namaskar.
Please, Mataji. Yes.
Ide dharmam mahim chaiva santvayitva maharada nishadam adade gadgam halaye dharma hedave. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, please read the translation for me.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Maharaja Parikshit, who could fight 1,000 enemies single-handedly, thus pacified the personality of religion and the earth. Then he took up his sharp sword to kill the personality of Kali, who is the cause of all irreligion. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes. Can I request Divyadesi Mataji?
Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As described above, the personality of Kali is he who deliberately commits all kinds of sinful acts which are forbidden in the revealed scriptures. This age of Kali will certainly be full of all activities of Kali, but this does not mean that the leaders of the society, the executive heads, the learned and intelligent men, or above all, the devotees of the Lord should sit down tightly and become callous to the reactions of the age of Kali. In the rainy season, certainly there will be profuse rainfalls, but that does not mean that men should not take means to protect themselves from the rains. It is the duty of the executive heads of the state and others to take all necessary actions against the activities of Kali or the persons influenced by the age of Kali, and Maharaja Parikshit is the ideal executive head of the state, for at once he was ready to kill the personality of Kali with his sharp sword. The administrators should not simply pass resolutions for anti-corruptional steps, but they must be ready with sharp swords to kill the persons creating corruptions from the angle of vision of the recognized Shastras. The administrators cannot prevent corrupt activities by allowing wine shops. They must at once close all shops of intoxicating drugs and wine and force punishment even by death for those who indulge in habits of intoxications of all descriptions. That is the way of stopping the activities of Kali as exhibited herein by Maharaja Parikshit, the Maharatha. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, pranams Prabhuji.
Thanks a lot, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So, that's a wonderful purport. So, see, if we want to allow Srimad Bhagavatam to help us in our spiritual life, then we need to open our heart for Srimad Bhagavatam, for Srila Prabhupada. And then rest of the show is managed by Bhagavatam. We read this as the last line of the previous paragraph also. Now let us try to apply that. So many times, this one purport of Srila Prabhupada answers thousands of hours of debates which are happening on TV and newspaper and everywhere in the minds of everyone, including devotees. Okay. They say usually it is one common topic, right? So much of a religion is happening, and this country that she is doing what, and this country is doing what. This is answering everything. Okay, we don't need to go left and right. Just follow this. What it is telling: if there is rain outside, then do we stop going outside? We still go. Do we not safeguard ourselves when we go outside? We do safeguard. Raincoat is there, umbrella is there, or thousands of other arrangements will be there. I don't know. We all know it better. The essence is what? Rain means we need to stop ourselves. This is the rain of Kali Yuga, rain of sins. So what? Will we not? Can we not have an umbrella of ourselves? This is the best umbrella that we can have. Association of the devotees. Okay. Now, what should we do? Whatever is possible in our limited capability. If we read Srimad Bhagavatam and pass it to at least a few set of devotees who are connected with us, that is the best thing that we can do in this reign of sin environment of Kali Yuga. We are not Kshatriya. If we were Kshatriya, then the instructions would have been something what Parikshit Maharaj is doing. Okay, take the sword out and kill the person. Okay, who is spreading the irreligion. But are we in that position? Answer is no for most of us. So does that mean we are here just to talk about them and then uh, and then just increase this uh, this wave of everybody getting depressed and distressed because of that. Okay, we also have a sword. Okay, and that sword is of the knowledge. Buddhi means the discretion power, whether this is good for me or it is not good for me. How do we get the discretion power? Through the scriptures. Okay, so the scriptures are a Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, right? With this sword of knowledge, cut off the your ignorance, right? So yeah, we do also have a sword as the practicing devotees, and then use that sword to kill our own ignorance and then help those whomever we are connected to. And it is not a small thing, because if whatever amount of irreligion happens in the society, if one thing which can still make everything reappear is this bhakti only. And how do we take care of the bhakti? By following it and by spreading it. No other material arrangements can safeguard it. I'm sure someone would have, or all of us maybe would have heard this nice pastime of Lord Shiva. He had 1 crore verses of Ramayana with him. And then what he does, he in the 3 planets, upper, lower, and the same level, he distributes one third, one third, one third. So 1 crore, if you divide in one third, it becomes 33 lakh, right? So, so what he does is like 33 lakh he distributes to upper planets, 33 lakh in the lower planets, and 33 in the same level of the planet. Then he's left with 1 lakh verse, and then again he does the same. So it is like 33,000. Now he's left with 1,000, right? And 1,000 again, 333, 333, 333. So he's left with one verse. So in one verse also, if I can recall correctly, he just keeps the first word and the last word. Okay. And then even that one verse he distributes. Okay. It is something like there are 32 syllables in that one verse. So 32 syllables cannot be distributed in 3 places, right? So he distributes 10 plus 10 plus 10. And what is left with is two syllable. And that's one syllable is Ram. Now Mother Parvati asks Shiva, you should have at least kept one verse for you. He said, what I have kept with me is Ram. And Ram is the essence of the entire Ramayana. Whoever follows Rama, then the entire Ramayana will manifest in that place. So if we really want to do something for the society, for the nation, for ourselves, for Srila Prabhupada, for this movement, right? For Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and for our forgotten soul, right? We discuss about forgotten heroes and this thing, right? Yeah, very, very good for that. But we have forgotten our own soul also. So if you want to do something for that, then follow and spread. Chant Hare Krishna and spread Hare Krishna, right? So this is our movement's definition in one line. So if you just follow this one line, then rest everything can manifest. Even if we are in the difficultest of the difficult situation in this society, it has the potency to bring everything back. Okay. So anything else from this verse? Yeah, I think we go forward. We have more verses. Yes. Next, Navkishori Mataji, can you please read the
Hare
words
Krishna
and
Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam.
translation?
Sure,
Dhanavad.
Prabhuji. Tam jindham subha suma pitreya vihaya nrupala achanam tatpadamulam shirisa samagat vaya vihula Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, Mataji, you
Should
can
I
read the
go for
translation
translation?
also. Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When the personality of Kali understood that the king was willing to kill him, he is at once evident the dress of a king, and under pressure of fear, completely surrendered to him, bowing his head. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Dandavat Pranam.
Ramaji, thank you. Bhargavi Mataji, can you please read the purport?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams.
Yes, Mataji.
The royal dress of the personality of Kali is artificial. The royal dress is suitable for a king or kshatriya, but when a lower class man artificially dresses himself as a king, his real identity is disclosed by the challenge of a bona fide kshatriya like Maharaja Parikshit. A real kshatriya never surrenders. He accepts the challenge of his rival kshatriya and he fights either to die or to win. Surrender is unknown to a real kshatriya. In the age of Kali, there are so many pretenders dressed and posed like administrators or executive heads, but their real identity is disclosed when they are challenged by a real kshatriya. Therefore, when the artificially dressed personality of Kali saw that to fight Maharaja Parikshit was beyond his ability, he bowed down his head like a subordinate and gave up his royal dress. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams.
Thank you, Mataji. Tantanam. Yes. So here it tells about the real Kshatriya. So when nowadays when the fights happen, they just fight like a PC game, right? In the computer, so like some game, because they're controlling the drones and missiles, and then they send to other places, and innocent people also suffers. Okay, the person who is giving the order, if he is asked to come in the front and take the sword like Parikshit Maharaj, then they might say no, this is good. Okay, because they don't have to come front, so they just pass the order. So see, when we ask put this question of stopping all this nonsense of killing of the animals, see, there are two things: cow killing and the Brun Hatya, means the baby in the womb. These two things are the primary root cause, Srila Prabhupada mentions, of all the irreligion in the society. Okay, so now the government may say we don't have anything to do if people want to eat non-veg, or in fact they give license, right, for liquor shop, and they on the TV, we must be shocked. Sometime when news or something when you watch, there are so many of advertisements for this tobacco, and big film stars and all, they promote that. It means government is allowing that to happen, right? So, well, we will not go into that detail, why, who, and blah blah. Point is what? If the government can say there is no problem in killing the animals, there is no problem in drinking and tobacco and everything, okay, let people do whatever they want. Does the same government also say let them pay tax if they want? I don't mind. Tax we force, right? So if for this maintenance of the material body, tax is enforced, then for the maintenance of the spiritual body, all those things should also be imposed. That's why Prabhupada never favors the democracy. There should be a king, and the king should be dharmic. He should know the religion. He should follow the Brahmanas. See, it is not the question of our freedom. We discussed it earlier. If a person is there on the signal and he does not want to follow anyone, then just for the freedom of those 30 or 45 or seconds of time, he may break the signal. But then immediately he will be caught, and then he will be put into the jail. And then it may take days or weeks or at least more than hours. If the person is put then in the jail, at least it will take few hours to few months or maybe years to come out from the jail. To save that 30 seconds of freedom, right? He ended up being in the jail for so long. So when our parents, when our teachers, when our acharyas, when they enforce something, we must take it positively. It is called the regulative principle of freedom. Accepting the surrenderness does not mean we are not free. Accepting the surrenderness means we are aiming at the bigger freedom, right? So we should respect. And if the government is not able to follow, we should at least have that governance in our home. If the family members also not accept, at least we should have that governance in our life. And if we are also not able to do that governance in our own life for 24 hours, at least we should have that governance for few hours in our everyday. Otherwise, Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya, right? Otherwise, no one can save us. So it starts from the government and country level, but it then comes out to our management of the few hours. So yeah, and then this paragraph, Kali, who was acting to be a Kshatriya and was not the Kshatriya. Now, when Parikshit Maharaj took out his sword, why did he take the sword out? Because as a Kshatriya, when one Kshatriya challenges the other one, then he also takes his sword and they fight. And they fight till one of them is victorious and other one is died. But because Kali was not the real Kshatriya, so as soon as he saw he cannot fight and stand in front of Parikshit Maharaj, he immediately surrenders. And now Parikshit Maharaj's response will come next. Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, आप पढ़ेंगे? Krishna Murthy Prabhuji, can you please read 30th shloka and the translation, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Yes, Prabhuji.
1 second, Prabhuji. Patitam padayorvirah krupaya deenavatsalaha sharanyo navaditlokya ahachedam asanniva. Translation by Sri Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Maharaja Parikshit, who was qualified to accept surrender and worthy of being sung in history, did not kill the poor surrendered and fallen Kali, but smiled compassionately, for he was kind to the poor. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Don't know. Yes, Kusumalata Mataji, can you please read the purport?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Even an ordinary Kshatriya does not kill a surrendered person, and what to speak of Maharaja Parikshit, who was by nature compassionate and kind to the poor. He was smiling because the artificially dressed Kali had disclosed his identity as a lower class man, and he was thinking how ironic it was that although no one was saved from his sharp sword when he desired to kill, the poor lower class Kali was spared by his timely surrender. Maharaja Parikshit's glory and kindness are therefore sung in history. He was a kind and compassionate emperor, full worthy of accepting surrender even from his enemy. Thus, the personality of Kali was saved by the will of providence. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So, Prabhupada is mentioning that when Parikshit saw Kali surrendering because he was not the real Kshatriya, so he laughs. And why he laughs? Because he had to kill. He was prepared to kill. And now Kali has surrendered. So Parikshit Maharaj is laughing because Kali has come into his shelter. And as a Kshatriya, even if the person is enemy, he is not supposed to kill him. Instead, he is supposed to safeguard him if someone else is going to attack that person. The reason of smile is Parikshit Maharaj, if he kills, why is he going to kill Kali Yuga? Because Kali Yuga is starting the irreligion, right? Because of we discussed austerity, cleanliness, and 3 lakhs are killed, and right now, if Parikshit Maharaj himself kills Kali, who is in his shelter, then that itself become adharma. right? So the first word here is like patitam. Patita means fallen. Fallen from both the sides. How? Because of his activities, he's fallen, irreligious activities, and fallen because he's fallen into his feet as well. So I hope I'm able to explain, right? So as a Kshatriya also he should not kill, and he's laughing because if he kills him, then he becomes the region of irreligiosity, which Kali was anyway going to start. So what is the difference? So then thinking that he's laughing. Okay. So a very apt example of this in the very recent time I was hearing from my Shiksha Guru. So he was mentioning that when Maharana Pratap, right, when who Gauri, right, Muhammad Gauri, when he comes and then he, because he comes in the shelter, so even Maharana Pratap forgive, and it happened some 16, 17 times, and finally Maharana Pratap got killed by the Gauri because of his conspiracy. But point is, uh, like Parikshit Maharaj, even our recent kings, they were so big hurt, right? Even they used to forgive if the enemy is coming into their shelter. One takeaway from here is Krishna is Bhakt Vatsala. If the Kshatriya, if the nice Kshatriya and the devotee Kshatriya, and even if the person is not devotee, I don't know Prithviraj Chauhan, I mean, this is lack of my knowledge, whether he was a devotee also or not, but he was a true Kshatriya, no doubt about that. So, when a true Kshatriya and a devotee Kshatriya, when they can forgive their enemy and take the person into the shelter, then Krishna, who is known as Bhakt Vatsala, right, who is above all these four varnas, when we go into his shelter, then to what extent he can go, right? Chaturvarna Maya system, right? This Varnashrama system, and forgiving the Kshatriya, or forgiving the enemy for Kshatriya, this rule was made by the Lord, right? So if the Lord who is making these rules, to what extent he will forgive the person? So a very, very important takeaway here is we must not give more importance to our sinful activities, right? Than as compared to the mercy of the Lord. When we are in this moment, we are already fortunate. So we can have this thought in our heart, but we don't need to repeat and waste our time by saying, I'm so sinful, okay, that I cannot be delivered. This is an insult to the mercy that has been given to us. There is no doubt. It is good. It is good to feel, and not only feel, to accept I am sinful. And we should have reasons also to say so that we are truly convinced that we are sinful. But then now the second statement that the Lord also cannot deliver, that is not the right thing. Okay. Instead of just wasting the time in this, we should practice and then spread. That is the right thing. That is the right use of the time. Okay. Otherwise, indirectly, we are trying to do our sense gratification even in that. We say we are lower, and the other person glorifies, no, you are not lower. Yeah, I know, because I wanted to hear that only. Right? So this is indirectly a way of sense gratification. I said I am sinful because I wanted to hear from you that I am not sinful and I'm great. So why to get into that unnecessary time wasting trap of right? There is no much difference. We discussed, right? We can do sense gratification within Krishna consciousness. Krishna gives enough platform for us to do that. But we need to use our time wisely. There is not much left. No one knows. Anything can change anytime. Okay, we'll go a little faster. We'll read only the, yeah, I think we can do. Next, I need, yeah, Archana Mataji, can you please read the one devotee, full verse, completely everything. 31 Mataji. Hare Krishna, any other devotee who wants to read? or I saw one hand.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, am I audible? Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, no audible.
Prabhuji,
Yes.
can you please scroll up because I know English words only. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Raja Uvacha Nata Gudakesha Yashodaranam Padanjale Vaibhayamasti Kinchit Navartitavyam Bhavata Katanchana Kshetre Madiye Tvam Adharma Bandhuhu. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. The king thus said, "We have inherited the fame of Arjuna. Therefore, since you have surrendered yourself with folded hands, you need not fear for your life. But you cannot remain in my kingdom, for you are the friend of irreligion." Purport: the personality of Kali, who is friend of all kinds of irreligiosities, may be excused if he surrenders, but in all circumstances he cannot be allowed to live as a citizen in any part of a welfare state. The Pandavas were entrusted representatives of the personality of Godhead Lord Krishna, who practically bought into being the battle of Kurukshetra, but not for any personal interest. He wanted an ideal king like Maharaja Yudhishthira and his descendants like Maharaja Parikshit to rule the world, and therefore a responsible king like Maharaja Parikshit could not allow the friend of irreligiosity to flourish in his kingdom at the cost of the good fame of the Pandavas. That is the way of wiping out corruption in the state and not otherwise. The friends of irreligiosity should be banished from the state, and that will save the state from corruption. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you, Dandavat Pranams.
Namaji, thank you. I need 2 more devotees for next 2 hours. So until then, yes, when we take the shelter of the Lord, and especially this Pandavas set up the example because they did not want to, if they wanted to rule the kingdom for themselves, they had the enough opportunity to continue it. But as soon as Yudhishthira Maharaj and all the Pandavas and Mother Draupadi and Kunti and right, I think Mother Kunti went with Gandhari, if I'm not wrong. Dhritarashtra went when Vidura told, right? We read in one of the recent chapter. And then Gandhari followed Dhritarashtra.
Yes, Prabhuji.
I'm not sure about Kunti Maharaj also followed, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. When Dhritarashtra left the, like he went in doing the yoga and all that practices, then finally he left the body. When he was leaving the body, following the principle of sati, his wife also went into that. That is what was given.
But nice, Mataji. Did Mother Kunti also joined Gandhari? No, I'm not sure.
That was
Gandhari
not mentioned in that. That was not mentioned in that chapter, Prabhuji.
Yes. I was also a little doubtful, Mataji. But yeah, thank you for clarifying that. But we are sure for Maharaj Yudhishthira, all the Pandavas, and Mother Draupadi. As soon as they heard Krishna has left this world, they did not wait for a day. They all left the house immediately. Okay. So point is, why were we discussing that? Because Pandavas did not want to get they did not fight because for their own. They did it because Lord has told them they wanted to set up the religion. So wherever we are, Prabhupada says we don't need to waste our time in changing our varnas and ashrama. Wherever we are, follow it nicely and spread it. We are also a Brahmana. We are also a Kshatriya of Prabhupada now. Right? We are everything in the hand of Prabhupada. It's something to meditate. Shudra means who serves others. We are everything. Whatever Prabhupada likes, we are everything. Dasa means who is helping others, right? So everyone in this moment, we are a dasa for them. That's why we get the name dasa, right? After this. So we have our own identity. This time, this world, currently, no Varna ashrama. But yes, we are into anything, whatever pleases Srila Prabhupada. That is the sense. We have to take it, the mood, right? Rather than saying, I have more Brahmanical quality, I have more Vaishya quality. If we are on book distribution, we are Vaishya. If they are on preaching, we are Kshatriya. If we are on our sadhana, we are Brahmana. And if we are serving in the temple, we are Shudra. Okay? Because this is our identity currently. Okay? Yes, Bhargavi Mataji, 32. Mataji, you're on mute. We cannot hear.
Sorry, Prabhuji. Hare
Yes.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes. Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji.
Tvam vartamanam naradeva deheshva anupravartatoyam adharma pugah lobho nritam chauryam anaryam amho jeshta cha maya kalahascha dambah. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. If the personality of Kali, religion, is allowed to act as a man god or an executive head, certainly irreligious principles like greed, falsehood, robbery, incivility, treachery, misfortune, cheating, quarrel, and vanity will abound. Purport to Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, please. Mataji, let me request
Sure.
Prabhuji to read, because I may not be able to take the last verse today. Yeah,
Okay.
Giridhar Gopal
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna,
Yes, you can.
Prabhuji. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Purport
Thanks.
by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The principles of religion, namely austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness, as we have already discussed, may be followed by the follower of any faith. There is no need to turn from Hindu to Mohammedan to Christian or some other faith, and thus become a renegade and not follow the principles of religion. The Bhagavatam religion urges following the principles of religion. The principles of religion are not the dogmas or relative principles of a certain faith. Such regulative principles may be different in terms of the time and place concerned. One has to see whether the aims of religion have been achieved. Sticking to the dogmas and formulas without attaining the real principles is not good. A secular state may be impartial to any particular type of faith, but the state cannot be indifferent to the principles of religion as above mentioned. But in the age of Kali, the executive heads of states will be indifferent to such religious principles, and therefore, under their patronage, the opponents of religious principles, such as greed, falsehood, cheating, and pilfery, will naturally follow, and there will be no meaning to propaganda trying to stop corruption in the state. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So, Parikshit Maharaj, because Kali Yuga came in his shelter, so it does not mean now, because you are in my shelter, so you do whatever you want, because you have surrendered to me. Usually this is what happens, right? As long as a person is enemy, then I will not allow anything to him. But if the person has come to my shelter, now you do anything. You have full freedom, because we want to put ourselves into the front. Here, Parikshit Maharaj is not like that kind of king. He is the follower of religion. He is the great devotee of the Lord. So, coming to the shelter means, yes, he will not kill, but that does not mean allowing Kali to do anything, whatever he wanted. Okay. So, we have to, this is a great chapter, because this helps us to apply it very practically in our life. We have to do reward and punishment as per the case to case, right? Wherever we feel punishment is going to help the person, we should give punishment. If reward is going to help, we should reward. So, yeah, so it helps us in our real life as well. So we will pause here. Sorry, we'll not be able to take the next verse. I'll request the next devotee who takes next tomorrow to please help for this 33rd verse. If there is any 1 or 2 questions, we can discuss. Otherwise, I have one more service actually today from 9 p.m. So, but 1 or 2 questions we can take quickly. Okay. So, thank you so much, Rojis and Matajis, and kindly forgive, I could not complete my seva properly. 1 verse is left. So, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Itai Gaur Hari Premanande. Vancha Kalpatarubhescha, Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnavanta ki jai, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna,
so much.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, the takeaways of the verses are like pinpoints which we can directly note down and read again and again, Prabhuji. Thank you for the wonderful takeaways. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so
Prabhuji.
much, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Yes,
Lord
Prabhuji.
Srila Prabhupada. Yes.
Uh,
One
can-
takeaway you want to share, Mataji, so that I also remember that. We want to share one takeaway.
No, Prabhuji. I went the takeaways that you were telling after each verse. For example, aiming at the surrender means not getting freedom for ourselves, but for a bigger means. And the other was
Yes.
Krishna is like, he is the creator himself, so he is a kind of king. But if the normal human beings like kings, they can forgive enemies, how Bhaktavatsala Krishna can
Yes.
be more merciful to us in letting go of our sins. Those are like touching our heart, and it brings us a lot of trust and confidence in our spiritual growth, Prabhuji.
Thanks a lot, Maraji, for sharing. I'll also remember them more.
Thank
Hare
you so much,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Hare
Nanta
Krishna,
Maraji.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I think he left. Okay, dear devotees, I will share the screen. Can you please start with the recitation?
Hare Krishna. Archana,
Yes,
I
Mataji.
guess one shloka is pending.
Yes, Mataji, 33.
Oh, then that will be a issue to the next speaker. So,
But the time is only 9:02, Mataji. But Prabhuji is having some work. That's why he left, Mataji.
okay, so I have shared the schedule. Who is the speaker tomorrow?
Tomorrow's speaker, just a minute, Mataji, I'll tell you.
I think so, Shubhangi Radhika.
Yeah, no, yes, Mataji. So, Shubhangi Radhika, Mataji.
Okay, I'll have to tell her to start with. Okay, what you can do is, no, I'll have to speak to her today. Okay, because now I'll have to make a message to everybody that they have to complete their shlokas, because what happens is the next speaker, it will be difficult. Okay, okay. Yeah, carry on, carry on. Yeah.
Okay, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, can we, I'm sorry to interrupt Mataji, but can we read the shloka so that
Yeah,
tomorrow
that
it
will
can
be
be
good, you
summarized?
know. Yeah, that will be good. Archana, if today's shloka, what is left, if you all can at least read, I can tell the next speaker to just summarize it. Is
Yes,
that
Mataji.
okay to everybody?
Yes, yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
I have just entered. Can you tell me what is the shloka number? I mean, 118?
34, Mataji.
17, 33, Mataji.
34,
33,
Mataji.
yeah?
34, Mataji.
34 is left?
33 is left, Mataji.
33, sorry, Mataji. Sorry. Sorry very much, Mataji. 33.
No problem. No problem. So you mean to say 118. I just read the shloka.
117.
117, 117, 33, Mataji.
117 or 118?
117, 33, Mataji.
118.
No, 18 we are starting on Friday only, Mataji. 17 only we are doing.
17, Mataji.
So I repeat, it is 117, 33, right?
Yes.
Yes, Mataji.
Can you display the shloka, please? I'm sorry, I just saw that it is not completed, and it
Can
will
I do that,
become
Archana?
it will be big task for next speaker, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, Mataji. I have shared it. I think Dhanashri Mataji want to read. Hare Krishna, Dhanashri Mataji.
न वर्तते अव्यं तद् अधर्मबन्धो धर्मेण सत्त्वेन च वर्तितव्ये ब्रह्मावर्तये यत्र यज्ञाति यज्ञे यज्ञेश्वरं यज्ञावितान् विजितः. Okay, Vijñāः.
Thank you,
Okay.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Translate.
If anybody wants to read the shloka and translation, I will summarize now. I will just
May I,
read it.
Mataji?
Please. Now Kishori Mataji. Tame vacho ne? Okay.
श्लोका ने ट्रांसलेशन बनने और ओनली ट्रांसलेशन माताजी?
Only translation vacho, क्योंकि it is already 11 o'clock.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Therefore, O friend of religion, you do not deserve to remain in a place where experts perform sacrifices according to truth and religious principles for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you. Dhanvat Pranam Mataji.
Okay. Archana, is purport huge? I mean,
No, Mataji, only a very small paragraph. I think one.
So if everybody can read that quickly. quickly, if
Yes,
somebody can read?
Yes.
Yes? Yeah,
Yes,
no
Mataji.
problem. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yajneshwara, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is a beneficiary of all kinds of sacrificial ceremonies. Such sacrificial ceremonies are prescribed differently in scriptures for different ages. In other words, sacrifice means to accept the supremacy of the Lord and thereby perform acts by which the Lord may be satisfied in all respects. The atheists do not believe in the existence of God and they do not perform any sacrifice for the satisfaction of the Lord. Any place or country where the supremacy of the Lord is accepted and thus sacrifice is performed is called Brahmavarta. There are different countries in different parts of the world, and each and every country may have different types of sacrifices to please the Supreme Lord. But the central point of the central point in pleasing Him is ascertained in the Bhagavatam, and it is truthfulness. The basic principle of religion is truthfulness, and the ultimate goal of all religion is to satisfy the Lord. In this age of Kali, the greatest common formula of sacrifice is the Sankirtan Yajna. That is the opinion of experts who know how to propagate the process of Yajna. Lord Chaitanya preached this method of Yajna, and it is understood from this verse that the sacrificial method of Sankirtana Yajna may be performed anywhere and everywhere in order to drive away the personality of Kali and save human society from falling prey to the influence of the age. Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams Mataji.
Hare Krishna. I'm just trying to grab this. Okay. Everybody can hear me?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Okay. So I'm just trying to log in from other this. Give me just 2 seconds. Because what happens is the speaker for the next day must have prepared their set of shlokas, and it will really become very challenging for them for next day. And when I heard this, I thought, let me yeah. Okay. So 1608. 11733. Okay. Yeah. Hare Krishna, everybody can hear me?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. So this, as everybody read this purport, I'm just trying to consolidate. I'm sorry for my attire. I've just entered. Please forgive me. I'm sharing the shloka with all of you. Yeah, everybody can see. It's 11733. Therefore, O friend of irreligion, you do not deserve to remain in a place where experts perform sacrifices according to truth and religious principles for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna to everybody. Hare Krishna. Just excuse the previous speaker, and I'll try to consolidate this. What we are trying to understand here is, what is the name of the chapter? What is the name of the chapter?
Punishment and reward of Kali.
Very good. Thank you so much. Yeah. So in this verse, Maharaj Parikshit, he gives Kali permission to reside in 4 places. And specifically, they are trying to mention place of gambling, place of intoxication, place of illicit sex, and place of animal slaughter, isn't it? These 4 activities are seen as foundation for irreligion. Is this point clear to everybody? So, as per our Vedic philosophy, by restricting Kali to these locations only, so Parikshit Maharaj is minimizing his influence on society. So what does this mean? Because this is what is king's duty, to protect dharma by controlling the spread of vice, isn't it? So the symbolic representation of Kali Yuga's progress was how these 4 pillars of irreligion pave the way for moral and spiritual degradation. Yeah, because what will happen is, if he is not limiting this, then it's going to spread everywhere. So he's saying wherever gambling is happening, you are allowed only to be there. Wherever intoxication is happening, you are allowed only to be there. Now the question will come to the smart people, that if Maharaj Parikshit, who is in the lineage of Pandavas, under his guidance, under his ruling, how these 4 places can be? Do anybody has this question? Do anybody have this question like this? No? Am I audible?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Krishnamurti Prabhu is there. Okay. I have some life then. Sorry, I just buzzed in. So,
oh, I think Mataji will forget us. You will forget us, of course. If you don't come again and again, definitely we will be out of your sight.
No, not like that. So, our point here is how Parikshit Maharaj, because I thought the previous speakers must have told you all that first of all, Kali has arrived before its allocated time. Is this point known to everybody? No?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
So he has come before his time, and Maharaj Parikshit had just entered and he removed his crown and he kept. And immediately Kali happens to come. So there was an argument, how dare when I'm present. So he says, now, since I've come as a guest, it becomes your duty to assign me a place. So he says, okay, I'll chuck you out nicely. And he gives him 4 places because he knew he will hardly find it. So immediately Kali reads out Maharaj Parikshit's mind and says, hello, are you playing with me? I know very well the grandson of Arjuna, in his ruling, how can I get these 4 places? So then Maharaj Parikshit says, okay, you are allowed to sit on my crown. And that was of gold. Because Kalki sat there, even gold is said to be prohibited because we get into greed. That's the reason only for functions and puja and all that, they will wear, but one should not greed, hanker for it. Is this point clear to all of you? This is what is the point made here, that avoiding places of gambling, that is modern form, casinos and lottery and speculative stock trading, sport betting, online gambling for money, all this is under gambling. So how we have to implement? So it says, cultivate honesty. Educate oneself and others about the dangers of gambling. It is addiction. Financially, one gets ruined, broken families because of this gambling. Then choose ethical ways of earning income. Even if the income is less, we should know how we can survive in that. This is the point that Srila Prabhupada is trying to make here. And then abstaining from intoxication. How? Practice sobriety as a spiritual vow, following the 4 regulatory principles. So this is what our ISKCON movement, Srila Prabhupada, has established, that one has to, when one want to progress in bhakti, 4 regulatory principles are very important. Then encouraging wellness through sattvic habits like yoga, herbal, alternatives, and meditation. This will calm us. This will always keep us grounded. And then support others in de-addicting or rehabilitation. This is kind of a seva that one can.
তিনটা কি পড়তে বলেছিল ম্যাম, ওটা পড়, সকালে তোর কাছে টাইম থাকবে না পড়ার।
মমিতা, আপনো ऑडियो म्यूट करबे। Okay.
Sorry Mataji. Sorry Mataji.
No problem. Avoid illicit sex. Here, practically, what is it said? Uphold the sanctity of marriage or celibacy. Yeah. And we must try to promote respectfulness, committed relationships that is rooted in dharma. That's the reason we say, marriage, it's nothing but, constitution. It is said in India, we have that culture still, that we celebrate Shishti Purti, that is 60 years of marriage, 50 years of marriage, 80 years of marriage. And then promote respectfulness, commitments. Yeah. Use spiritual practices, that is chanting, serving, to purify desires. Yeah. Not just falling and hankering for. Then abstaining from animal slaughtering. That's the reason when offering mantra also, the 3rd mantra says, Brahman, Go Brahman Hitaya Cha, Jagatyaya, Krishnaya, Govindaya Namo Namah. That is, the Lord Krishna is not only the master for our controlling of senses, but also for cow, brahmanas, for children, old age, and women. We must respect, we must protect them. And mother cow, we say mother to the cow. How we can slaughter her and just eat her, bite her when she's nourishing with her milk. So we need to adapt vegetarian or plant-based diet. Yeah, support towards freedom of this cruelty sustaining food system. Prabhupada many places has written, it's not that one is becoming non-vegetarian because there is not sufficient food. Food is sufficiently given by Mother Earth, and Lord has made provision. It is our lusty desire. That's all, So we have to educate others on the karmic and environmental consequences. Yeah, because if mother cow is not there, yeah, how are we going to get milk? How are we going to get yogurt? How are we going to get ghee? This is what is nourishing one's body and even the brain tissues, which is going to help us to think better and higher. So these are the essence that Parikshit Maharaj did not eradicate when Kalki entered. He wisely contained him. Yeah. Similarly, while we cannot eliminate Kali Yuga's influence, we can protect, ourselves and our community. Yeah, this is what by this shloka Prabhupada meant to say. And now we can stop here. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. So, anybody has any question, any doubt on particular this shloka, please.
Sino. Mataji,
Yes,
I have a question, Mataji.
Yes.
Why were these, first of all, why were these places created, Mataji? These, such as the slaughterhouse, the place for having illicit sex and so on, Mataji, gambling and so on. So, if it was avoided, it would have been better for Kali to surrender unto the lotus feet, Mataji. So people would not have gone at all. So just have this doubt, Mataji.
Yes, sure. So, Prabhu, fair enough. Your thought is, very good, valid, because you are in the culture, you're brought up into the culture and you have exposure and awareness of the scriptures. But Prabhu, there are people in the mode of ignorance, in mode of passion, maybe, passion and ignorant. So, like for example, I'll tell you, a person went out of the house, and I'm talking about a place where it is not that designed properly. So now one has a nature call. So if everywhere the laboratory system was not made, then people may dirty the environment. You agree to this? Girdhari Gopal Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji, I agree, Mataji. But
Yes.
yeah,
So
but that
similarly, uh, even from the cultured society onwards, it was seen that some are so degraded that they will not have the satisfaction of their senses. So, to not give the challenge of health physically to their opposite, so there was a place maintained that if you are over burdened with your lust, so you have a place. Similarly, for intoxication also, you're not allowed to bring that home in front of your wife or your female at home or elderly or small children. You go out and fetch your senses, whether it is liquor, whether it is prostitution, whether it is gambling, yeah, whether it is your eating. So there was places made for only those people, but slowly and gradually what happened is everybody took it as a trend that we all can go there. Do I answer your question, Prabhu?
yes, Mataji. But the yoga was supposed to be the yoga of Krishna, Mataji, and moreover,
Yes.
there were very many Maharajas.
Yes,
So,
if you read the kathas and Upanishads and all, if you see olden times also there were these places, but these places they were taken care by the kings only for the people who are into mode of ignorance, not for the higher classes. Higher classes will maintain their sanity. Now, you see, Prabhu, even today, I give you example of today, the government very well knows on the cigarette packet, it is written, it is injurious to health. But the one who cannot control, who has got that taste, okay, Baba, you take a packet, but you maintain that for 1 month. Just take one cigarette and you can have one puff and throw it away. But over a period, what has happened is people have started playing with their lives. And we are questioning the government. Why are we not questioning ourselves first? Why we don't have control on our senses? Why we question the government or the society? This is again and again said. Like, for example, there is dog in your street. So if he's barking, if he's mad dog, you're going to call the police and they're going to take care of, municipality is going to take care. But the street dogs who have their life, so they are going to eat near the garbage and sleep near somewhere. Prabhu?
yes, Mataji.
So this is how the society was tried to be maintained. But now, on the strength of education, people are thinking, no, it is fair for everybody, which is not. So in every house where you have great grandparents or grandparents or their culture and their upbringing there, then those houses are still maintaining it. Did I answer your question?
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Mataji, in sloka number 1110, 1110, the characteristics of this Kali Yuga is explained very well.
Yes. Prayan alpa isya sabya kalo asmin yuge janaha
Yes, Mataji, yes.
mandamatayo.
If you read the purport, definitely we will get know the facts and figures how these were all going on.
Effect of Yuga.
The effects of Kali Yuga. How we
Yes.
were, how all the people were attracting to this the characteristics, and then
Yes.
what society is becoming so polluted. Everything is written in 1:10, Prabhu Mataji.
So thing is, if this will not be there, it's like, we know that in this yuga, there's going to be sickness everywhere. So the hospitals and the pharmacies are more. But at the same time, we are not putting a stop to the hotel industry, the restaurants, because half the disease is coming from there. So in this yuga, it is said, it is meant for that we will all become victim of it. Those who board the Krishna ship will be surviving. Devi Haishagunamai Mama Maya Durattaya Mamai Vai Prapatyante Maya Metam Karantite. Yeah. So we stop here. Any other question? Any other doubt?
Mataji, one last question, Mataji.
Yes.
We had a doubt if Gandhar, along with Maharaja Yudhishthira, Dhritarashtra and Gandhari, Kunti also left the kingdom, Mataji. Kunti Mata also.
Everybody left. Everybody left because Gandhari went as Sati with her husband, but Draupadi and Kunti Maharani, all of them, they also left. And since they were well cultured about the scriptures, so they got the equal benefit of leaving the planet. Draupadi, Rukmini, they all, see, they have Pandavas, 5 husbands, but no one of them, they said, oh, my dear darling, so we are leaving. Now, what about you? We will make arrangements. They didn't even ask them. So the wives, being Kshatranis, they were very smart enough. The moment husbands left, they also left. And they got equally, they also got went to abode of the Lord. So it is said,
yeah.
Yes. If the husband is following on the path of religiosity, then the wife gets the total benefit of the dharma. Okay?
Yes, Mataji.
Good question. Bhargavi.
No, Mataji. No. We were only reading that the Gandhari left along with the Dhritarashtra, but we were not sure if Kunti Mata also left at the same time, or after Pandavas retiring, she left the kingdom.
She also left. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't worry about her. She also left. Any other question? Any other doubt? Okay, so if I see there is no doubt, Archana left only. Oh, okay. Sindhu left, I think. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, I'm there.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Bhargavi, Archana. Archana is becoming my support. I'm worried now. Yeah. Jigisha Mataji, Krishnamurti Prabhu. Momita, how is everything? How is your husband doing? How is his health?
Hare Krishna Mataji.